What's up, everyone? Time to wake up. I'm telling myself to wake up. I'm pretty shot, but I don't care. It's time to put some content out. It's time to study, prep, and I can go to bed in a little bit and I'll be up at 4 in the morning. I only took a couple trade guys. Hope you guys had a great day today. All right, my focus was MTEK, all right, and HBUC. Okay, I was watching PRZO. Still wasn't super interested. A couple of my friends took a couple really phenomenal trades on it. That is one that I will be studying, and that's okay. All right, MTEK guys, I'm gonna go over MTEK. Um, MTEK, I thought, not only did I think, it played out really well. I thought this was a great setup. I thought this thing had phenomenal structure. Okay, I'm gonna break this down because I really see everyone not paying attention to structure. It is so important. It is the most important thing um, when you start applying it to actual setups that have meaning. Okay, the structure is going to help you determine if it's a real breakdown or a fake breakdown or how it's being built. Okay, MTEK right here, guys. I already had some zones. I had some supply and demand areas. Okay, to me, this morning I had this one out, and this one's already started to pop up above it and trade it back into it. So I put this zone for a daily demand slash supply because this was previous supply, right? Saying could not uh, break back and reclaim this area. It failed and tried again, and yeah, came back consolidated. To me, I'm making this spot a demand zone now. All right. As price action was accumulating inside here, guys. Well, you guys are probably not going to understand a lot of this, but there's very weak selling going on inside this structural pattern. Okay, that is super important, right? And over here, all you're going to see is candles, and that's okay. I get it. All right, but behind the scenes, there's a lot more things going on. So every time this thing attempted to break down, it failed. This is super important. We have a quarter mil volume candlestick. How come there's no follow through? We're still trading into an area that I think is reclaiming and becoming demand. And it did. All right. Um, this breakdown candle right here, guys, on the 5 minute, this is a 5 minute breakdown candle with 138,000 pre market. This thing just tried to dump and tried to fail with 255,000. All right. This was a phenomenal soak. And to me, I scaled and accumulated this, and I still am going to always sell into supply zones now. So that's exactly what I did, and I left it alone after this. This is my first trade. I accumulated and soaked, and I took my profits into here, into this daily supply slash 4 hour zone, which is, I got this one from right over here. I don't want to write this area off, okay? I do not at all want to write any of these areas off right here. Okay, this is important because this is an area where it tried to bounce and hold, and then when it finally tried to reclaim, it stuffed, came back all the way down, and then closed. You know, and then it created its next supply zone, and this became demand later. Okay, um, over here in the daily, but it's important to watch these because you don't want to be blind to this because this is an area. Why is it rejecting? And then if it doesn't, that's okay too because when it pops up, if it just blasts right through it, it doesn't even matter. These are set just in case price action comes into them, right? Um, then this is the very next play, guys. This is the one where I was like, wait a minute. Um, it's about 1:30, almost going into 2 o'clock. There's another attempt of a breakdown candle with 389,000 on it, okay? Now, mind you, again, this tried to break down right here, failed, right? Off 138,000. The structure behind this is important. Every time this is dumping, it is not failing. Then what really got me interested in this one because my last prints on that last setup, which I don't mind. These are pretty much all of this one right here. And then I tried to hold it for a little bit, and then it eventually came down. Okay, this is my last trade on this name. I was soaking the 127s, 126s, and I took some profits, 140s, 141s, 143s. Finally got some where this is the one that made my day, was hitting the 147 target, 145, and then I stopped at 136 for the rest. But all right, this is another one where I see this another buyer step up. Sellers try to stuff it. It accumulates. A buyer steps up, and then it does this 1 minute attempt to try to stuff this with 70K. And now we're bouncing back above demand. And finally, for some of you guys who've been watching me for a while, the pivot actually held and made sense. I don't trade off pivots and flags anymore. I just don't do it. I'm late. I learned over my years of experience. I am late to the game. I want to be in down here before it flags and does all this cool stuff. All right, so finally, more confluence. Everything made more sense, and now we started to bust through this. So this is an example, right? This is an example one of, hey, Mikey drew out his zone, his supply zone. It failed. Well, now Mikey has the same zone, same spot, and now it's not rejecting. We're busting through, and now we're pulling back and soaking, and then we're going for another leg. Okay. This is great. All right. And if you see, I kept this zone right here. This is supply. This is our intraday potential demand for a bounce or for any type of actual support. Kind of bounced and went for another leg and then rejected over here, and then eventually made some moves up here. I am not in anymore. Okay, I didn't even catch any of this up here at all. All right, but I just wanted to break down MTEK real quick. I traded H. All right, this is another great one. Okay, guys, if you guys had your levels drawn out, I was late to this one. Um, I won't be late to this one ever again, and that's okay. I kind of saw this happening right here. Really didn't pay much attention to it until it pulled back into the 43s right here and held. This is when I got super interested, and I took this trade in. It was a really good return. I did not size into this one too crazy because daily goals already acquired from our MTEK, and then I wanted to make sure that I was getting a proper read and not jumping the gun. So I had to take the time and prep these levels, mark them out. I didn't want to see price action, and then I want to see what's going on behind the scenes of this name to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Right? It's super important. You don't want to miss what's going on behind that scene. I'm telling you right now. Uh, um, but all right, guys. Much love. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be bright and early, 5 a.m. Peace out.